We're going to start by doing a tessellation. This one is going to be used with a square as the base of the tessellation, and this is going to be a translation one. So a translation one is when things shift up or down, side to side, or even diagonally. Okay, so we're going to translate. Now you need to start with a square. Okay, doesn't matter which one, just as long as you start with a square. I'm going to start by making a design here on the top part of my square. Okay, I'm going to have my design go up and down as shown. Okay, if you want to just have it above or just have it below, that's fine too. Okay, I chose to have mine go on the upper part and the lower part of my square. Next, okay, this is the important part. All the drawing goes on your piece of paper. All of the tracing only, is done on patty paper. Okay, so I'm going to first trace my square, and I'm going to do this as accurately as I can. Okay, the more accurate you are, the better your tessellation is going to turn out. Now here I am tracing the drawing that I did, and you need to make sure that you do it as exact as you can. If you make a mistake, okay, just erase and redraw and retrace. Okay, now the translating part. Okay, the patty paper is still on here. Okay, I'm going to shift the patty paper up so that the top of the square is now lined up with the bottom of the square on the patty paper. Okay, I'm going to line it up exactly, and then I'm going to trace that same drawing, that same pattern, again, as exact as I can. Okay, so now notice that what was on the outside on this top part is now on the inside of the bottom part. What was on the inside is now on the outside, because when I translate it, these pieces will fit together. Now we're going to do side to side next. Okay, I am going to do a design here. Now the important part is that when you translate it over, that it doesn't overlap with your bottom or your top. Okay, so you have to be careful about what design you do over here so that it doesn't overlap with your design here. Okay, so you might need to do some erasing. You might want to check it first to make sure that it's not overlapping. Okay, so here I'm gonna have, let's see, I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to check that it's not going to overlap anything. Okay, so now I trace, I line everything back up as exact as I can. And notice I didn't go all the way to the corner on this one, and that's okay. You don't have to go corner to corner, okay, depending on what shape you want. You could just do your design in the middle. Okay, and then we are going to translate it and shift it over to the left so that we are now tracing on the right side. Okay, and you want to do this as exact as possible. Okay, and notice that I don't have any overlapping here. Okay, so my shape looks like this. Step 2 is now erase your square marks. Now notice I need this edge of the square right here so that it's an enclosed shape. So you don't want to erase that chunk if you didn't go corner to corner. If you went corner to corner, then it should be fine. Okay, and I'm not erasing the best, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, from there, I then like to take a marker, a permanent marker if you have one, and then trace it so it's a little darker so that you can see your shape. Okay, and try and do this exact. I know I'm going kind of quick, but that's just for video purposes. Okay, so next, okay, you're gonna want to take either a cardboard or like a construction paper or something. I just have a note card, and I am going to go hold it up to my computer or a window, and I'm going to trace it onto the construction paper or the note card. Now we do this so that you have a stencil. Okay, so we want to be able to have a stencil. So I'm going to quickly do that. So now I have my shape, okay, on a thicker piece of paper. And then you're going to cut out. Hopefully yours is better. I just, again, went a little quick for video purposes so that you aren't watching me do this the entire time. Now, the closer together your lines, the sharper, that's going to be the harder to cut. So you need to make sure that your lines are maybe a little farther apart, maybe not too crazy, so that your tessellation hopefully fits together. Nice and easy. Okay, so this is my tessellation here. Okay, now this is going to help me then be able to trace this multiple times. So now I have my bigger piece of paper, and I am going to just start. You can start anywhere. Some people like to start in like a corner like this and then work your way. Okay, but I don't know where I want to start here. Let's do, trying to see what my top and my bottom is so that it fits together, hopefully. Okay, so I'll start here. Oops. And I just trace. Okay, then you should be able to shift it one way or another. Okay, so when you shift it, notice here, okay, mine's kind of at an angle because mine wasn't perfectly. They should match up. Or I'll show you. Okay, so that's, I shifted it from side to side. I could shift it up and down. Okay, now mine isn't fitting together perfectly because I didn't do a very good job at tracing and cutting. Okay, but here, if we went here, okay, to here, we'd then be able to trace, okay, here to here, and then it should all fit together nice and neat. If you do it nice and slow, like the opposite of what I did, okay, so this would be an example of a translation tessellation, okay, because yours, okay, because you're going to do it a lot better than me, okay, yours is hopefully going to fit, okay, nice and together, okay, from here and here. So then you would continue okay, and you might need to change some lines depending on if it's fitting or not. See how I just kind of like connected those, okay, because we are humans, okay, we make mistakes, we make errors, okay, and that's okay. So your tessellation should fill up an entire piece of paper.